So we're here in Sydney, Australia. It's November 2014. The Daily Flying Start has almost finished their Australian phase. And Amanda Bossum from England, could you just give us a brief rundown on what we've done so far here?
Yeah, of course. So we arrived in August up in the Hunter Valley, where we spent 2 weeks looking around a lot of the local farms, saw lots of the stallions, which gave us a good idea of the bloodlines in Australia. Then we went down to Sydney to do a week's with the leadership module for the University of Sydney before doing work rotations back in the Hunter Valley. After we'd finished our work rotations, we then was very, very lucky to have a whole week down in Melbourne during the Cup week.
And Caroline, you've never been to Australia before. What are your impressions of the industry down here?
I've absolutely loved the industry in Australia so far. Racing is such a part of everyday life here. It's all over the newspapers, all over the TV, and it's great to see such big crowds at the races. Also, there's a lot of opportunity here in the industry for young people, so it's really fast-paced and it's a great place to be.
The leadership module was obviously a highlight for us all. Amanda, what was your favourite part of the 2 weeks we had at the University of Sydney?
I found the philosophy behind leadership and organisational behaviour really interesting, and I think it will be valuable for all of us as we go forward as leaders within this industry.
We had a great week in Melbourne over the Cup Carnival. Caroline, what were your thoughts on the racing over Cup Week?
Well, Cup Week was just unbelievable. Each day had kind of a slightly different demographic. Derby Day was, just amazing racing, and obviously your hardcore racing fans were all out that day. Melbourne Cup, a kind of tick off bucket list for a lot of us who've never been to Australia before. An amazing day, huge crowd. Oaks Day for the ladies was another great day in Flemington, such a beautiful track, tons of flowers, tons of beautiful fashion, which was great. And then Emirates Day, of course, another brilliant day of racing and kind of a family atmosphere that day, which is really nice. I think we all really enjoyed Flemington. In comparison to other big race days we've been to around the world, it's an amazing facility and it really handled the racing and the crowds very well.
Amanda, we've just started our Australian industry work placements. Whereabouts are you being based?
Very luckily, I'm with the Australian Turf Club, which is at Royal Randwick. It's quite a tongue twister, but it is a lot of fun. Very exciting time at the moment with the Spring Carnival having just finished, and we're going forward in towards the autumn, where they've got the Golden Slipper Carnival as well as the Championships Carnival.
And what sort of stuff are you doing on a day-to-day basis there at the ATC?
All sorts, very exciting, lots of exposure, marketing, and just brainstorming good ideas to get the best crowds for these carnivals as we go forward into autumn.
How about yourself, Caroline? Where are you based for next month?
So I'm very lucky to be based with Gay Waterhouse Racing, which is also based at Randwick and close by Randwick Racecourse at Tulloch Lodge. So I'm having a great time there. It's a pretty amazing experience to be involved with such a successful trainer. Gay is an Australian icon, and she's a very successful female as far as the industry is concerned, so she's a great inspiration.
Just before we go, Amanda, what's been your highlight of the Australian phase?
Gosh, I think what I'm doing right now at the Australian Turf Club, I really am loving every minute of it.
Yourself, Caroline?
I'd have to agree. I just came back from 4 days doing yearling inspections with Gay in the Hunter Valley, and that was a really amazing experience.